Welcome to Glacier Peak High School in Snohomish, Washington for our boys 4A District 1 championship game. Scott Oshman alongside Tim Boyle. It's the Jackson Timberwolves and the Arlington Eagles. Tim, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous, Scott. Thanks for asking.
It is a packed house, bands blaring. It is fun Friday night high school basketball.
And what more can you ask for? We got back-to-back just phenomenal games. You got the number one team in the state in Linwood girls that we had for you. Now you got the number one boys team in the state. Both number one teams out of Wesco. How about that? Number one in the state, both from the Wesco.
Well, let's hope Wesco can go down south from where we are right now in that dome. If these guys can get there, which they should, and make us proud against the rest of the city as far as Wesco representation.
Absolutely, and in the previous game we had the matchup we thought we were looking for, and this one we do too. We got, Jackson's only got one loss in the state this year, and that was to Lincoln, who's also ranked fourth or something.
And you want to mention now that you called that, you the great predictor predicted it?
Well, now that you mention it, I wasn't going to mention that. But.
Of course you weren't.
But thanks for bringing that up.
No problem. 13-1 in conference, 20-2 overall are the Arlington Eagles. Head coach Nick Brown. And for Jackson, 15-0. Tim alluding to their only loss this season to the Abes, the Lincoln Abes, at a Martin Luther King tournament.
Out of the Narrows League, my stomping grounds.
The old haunted haunts of Tim Boyle's past. As you're seeing right now, the center of the court, our PA announcer here, Bob Blair, getting ready to announce our starting lineups. Some fantastic matchups, though, as we were talking about, Tim. You're going to see for Jackson, the heralded one more Kingma, Dan Kingma. Dan Kingma, the highlighted here for the Jackson Timberwolves. You've got Mr. Jones, Noah Jones, leading scorers, the senior for the Eagles. And you're going to see the senior, Caleb Bryson. There is Dan Kingma, averaging 18 plus a game tonight. Just quick as a fiddle. And Mr. Smoke, Gavin, another senior.
And there's Jason Todd.
Jason.
He's been a key factor since he was 12 years old around these parts.
He has. He's familiar with this gym.
He was one heck of a baseball player, too.
Exactly. Nice kid. We've been fortunate to cover here on STSBN the Jackson Timberwolves all season long. Again, Brian Zare for Jackson, an underestimated player. And also number 14, I was talking earlier, Noah Jones for Arlington in the dark jerseys. And Brummel comes out, another senior. Marcus Blake just steady, point guard. And look at Nate Lewis, 6'1", senior, but he is solid as a rock.
And does Jackson have anybody that's not a senior starting, Scott?
They do not.
You kind of been covering Jackson for a while, and they're going to have a great run this year. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next year.
It'll be interesting again as we get ready here for the either national anthem. We'll talk about the heights different and the size matchups. Jackson Timberwolves, Arlington Eagles coming up. District 1 championship 4A boys. Well, if you didn't get our earlier game and you're from the fabulous town of Arlington, sit tight, get cozy. It's all here. Streaming HD on STSPN.com. If you're watching on our YouTube channel at Snohomish Times, make sure that bottom right-hand corner there, the little gear icon, you can click on that and make sure you're watching on 720 HD, the best quality streaming video around, Tim Boyle.
Only here.
Only on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
So, Scott, take me through Jackson. You think they're going to be satisfied with anything less than a state championship this year?
I don't. They took it to the limit. They took Curtis last year in the championship game. Jason Todd had an injury in the first half. His ankle was the size of a grapefruit. He came back valiantly, tried to get him back, couldn't quite make it. Curtis got the championship, and I know the Timberwolves, they will not be happy if they don't bring home the state trophy.
It'll be a good little ending for a great career for Jason Todd.
Caleb goes out, but underneath the big fella, Jones, the leading scorer. Noah starts it off. Arlington up 2-0. Just getting going here. First quarter action. Dan Kingma, the maestro, with the ball. Slicing, dicing, crossover. Blake for three.
Oh,
yes.
Nothing but net.
And he is tricky. Sometimes when he gets on, Tim, you don't key him, Marcus Blake, but he is deadly. In trouble there, Brummel.
And Jackson's a team you're going to have to play him out by the perimeter because they will just bury you from outside.
Brian Zare, the senior again. Everybody seniors on this white jersey Jackson
They're going to be
club.
graduating about 7 or 8 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
They are. Brady Brummel with the ball now for the Eagles.
10 of them they're going to be graduating.
Takes Wilgris. Ball on the ground, but Kingma comes up with it. Jackson 1-point lead. Early 6:52 left in the first quarter. Glad you're with us. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, STSPN.com. Division I Championship 4A game. Jason Todd on the baseline. Works it, can't get it. Great defense there by Nate Lewis.
He was petitioning for a foul there. Not going to get it.
Gavin smoked Speedy in his own right. Now over to Jones again. A much taller Zare matched up right now, but they switch back. Boy, look at Nate Lewis, as Bryson tries from the corner. Kingma the other way. Blake drives, kicks it out. Wilgris.
Not quite. Jackson not afraid to shoot those threes, are they?
They're not. They average 71 points per game, and they shoot 51% from the field.
I would think that's got to be about the highest average in the state.
In low, great feed right over the front man and Noah Jones. Second bucket tonight for Noah. Jason Todd back out, same spot, different result by Connor Wilgris. Arlington seeing if they can hang with the high flying. That one a running right-hander by Bryson. Kingma for three. Two on the line. He's got a quick release.
Who's going where for college, Scott?
Dan Kingma is going to be a walk-on at University of Washington. Jason Todd will play for the University of Portland as a three ball from Brummel is no good. Todd with the rebound.
Nice pass.
Zare spins, loses the handle.
I think they're going to say he traveled.
Again, this Jackson team averages around 9 steals a game. When they played each other this year, Arlington lost 70-51 on January 21st. Again, Brummel can't get it to roll. Big rebound by Nate. And the little guy, Kingma, comes down. Wilgris!
And a foul.
And one!
Finishes it off nicely.
They are so technically sound, are the Timberwolves.
They are, and they were actually losing 4-3 there for a second, and just like that, now it might be 11-4 here.
Glad you're with us here live. What a great atmosphere as Wilgris gets three the hard way, the old-fashioned way, Tim. 6 points now for Connor Wilgris.
Yeah, he had that three ball earlier, too.
Brummel now having trouble out front. Gets it now to Smoke. Back over to Bryson. Bryson drives on Blake. Front rim, no good.
Caleb's had about 3 of those already that he's missed.
Quick, back to Zaire. Blake, Todd for 3.
Not going to get it.
Did you see that play, though? I mean,
they get it 90 feet in a hurry. Way downtown. Bryson. Kingman now coming the other way. I don't know if they want to get in a run and gun with Jackson.
No, I don't think they do.
Push it out to Marcus. Got it. Second tonight.
And he's got 9 points already, doesn't he?
6, 2 buckets. All before behind the arc. This exclusive 4A Boys District 1 HD broadcast brought to you by McDaniel's Do-It Center in downtown Snohomish. Fred's Rivertown Ale House in downtown Snohomish. Check it out, one of the great places. Also, Kathy Salvadolina, KathySalvo.com. Your Windermere real estate expert here anywhere around the North End. Also, Wesco Septic, awescoseptic.com. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Give anybody the greatest gold standard in service, awescoseptic.com. Also want to welcome in tonight's broadcast, the Snohomish Eye Care Center in downtown Snohomish. 14-4, Jackson in the lead. 3:26 left here in the first quarter.
Arlington started out 2 for 10 so far. Well, now they're 3 for 11.
Great drive by Brady Brummel. Again, the senior, just under 13 a game for Brady. He's got to be big tonight.
From way downtown.
Good rebound there for Zaire, and they're going to say he pushed off. Second foul early on here for Brian Zaire. Look how physical Zaire is, and also Nate Lewis for Arlington. These are tough, strong kids.
Yep. This is cream of the crop here. Again, I look for both these teams could be going real deep here. Wouldn't be surprised at all if Arlington's very deep in the playoffs and the state tournament.
New into the ball game, number 12, Nathan On. As Bryson gets it in deep. Now outside to Brummel. Can't find the range. Good rebound inside by Jones. 6 early on for Noah Jones.
Arlington back within 6 now.
Kingma, ISO, no change. Pass to the rim, no good. Rebound by Todd, gets it out to Blake. Thinks about it, no. Gonna drive. Bounce pass, new player in number 20. Roberts can't get it. And they play quite a few, does Jackson, and I think Arlington will rotate quite often as well. Kingma with a steal. Jackson all the way, Kingma.
Kingman's going to get to go to the line for 2 there.
Boy, the first step for Dan Kingma. And the senior. And that'll be a foul on number 12, and that is on Nathan On. Dan hits that. Oh, Ani is the pronunciation. I apologize again to the Arlington Eagle faithful.
We've been butchering names tonight. Misses the second one there.
15-8 now, Jackson. Head coach for the Arlington Eagles. Nick Brown giving instructions. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Brummel fading right-hander, tough shot with Wilgris. Get the rebound, back out, fakes.
Well,
now goes in, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Wilgris.
It's going to be his first.
Fouls on number 22, Connor Wilgris, his first, team's
Third team foul now for Jackson, 2 for Arlington. They get it in bounds. Brummel, far corner, turnovers.
Boy, Arlington's not going to be able to get away with a bunch of those tonight if they want to stick with Jackson.
Just like our earlier 4A girls championship, Arlington, too many turnovers against the number 1 team in the state, the Linwood Royals, and dropping that game 46-34.
Yep, when you're playing the number 1 team in the state, you can't afford to do that.
Kingma arcs a pass out. Now Blake fakes up on Brummel.
That's going to be a foul on Bryson, I believe. Oh, traveling.
Travel.
Wow.
Got a little too nifty here in prime time. I tell you, the lights are on. Dan Kingma, his older brother Brett Kingma of Glacier Peak lore, about 3 years ago we started doing STSPN. He lit up the Grizzlies for 30 plus, and he had a message for the crowd. He was talking smack. You remember that, Tim?
I do. And how many Kingmas have gone through? There's been a few girls, a few boys.
We had the pleasure of covering Kelly Kingma, his twin sister, Dan's sister. She's got a full ride to Montlake there, as Bryson cannot find the nylon tonight. So the Kingmas, there's going to be a slew of them there at the University of Washington.
Oh,
Roberts gets
wow.
it blocked. Great job by Brady Brummel.
Some good leaping ability there.
43.
Came out of nowhere to block that.
It was a great trailing defensive play. 43.6 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Quick first quarter.
Very quick. A packed house here. They've got the rafters extended. Jason Todd in the out of bounds. Gets it, tries to get it to Wilgris.
And I don't know that I've ever seen the stadium this full. Have you?
Well, only again
that
3
one-
years ago,
yeah.
Jackson Glacier Peak.
That's the only, but gosh, it can't get much fuller than this, can it?
Cannot, and the only place you can see it if you're not here is right on this streaming STSPN. Marcus Blake, shot clocked at 12, game clocked at 30. Kingma, crossover, drop, no. If Dan Kingma starts feeling it, look out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Scott. You know what? You can't even come to the game now and see it.
No, it's standing room only. I don't know if they'll even let
That's
you
a good
in.
point. Great point.
So you can check us out on YouTube. Tell your friends. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook.
In fact, you got Albertine over there making sure nobody else can get in the door there.
Our athletic director, Mr. Albertine here at Glacier Peak. Smoke back in the ball game. Right now, Arlington looking for somebody they can go to. Noah Jones with 6 right now. Brady Brummel with 2, and that makes up the 8 points. 10 seconds left. Kingma takes it to the rack left-handed. No, but he's going to draw the foul on Selgren.
He's got to be a great free throw shooter, probably almost an automatic for 2 points here.
Number 4, Donovan Selgren. I recognize that name, Donovan Selgren, as Kingma heads back and he hits the first. Kingma, second time to the free throw line, or it might be his third actually. Hits that.
Hits them both.
5 points for Dan Kingma. Blake and Wilgris with 6 back the other way.
Oh,
a nice little
Oh,
roller.
he got it right on the buzzer.
Caleb Bryson.
And he was struggling with that shot most of the first quarter, but he hit it when he needed to.
Jackson 17, Arlington 10. We'll head into second quarter. You're watching playoff basketball on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. The referees have asked me. We believe that we heard a whistle coming from the stands. If there is a whistle coming from the stands, that person...
Back with you live here, Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Snohomish Times Sports Network exclusive live HD streaming broadcast of our District 1 4A Boys Championship game, and the first quarter went by in a hurry, Tim.
It did, and I'm kind of laughing right now because they had to say, don't blow your whistle if you got one out in the stands. I haven't heard that one before.
Jason Todd, jumper, can't get it, but newly in is number 40, the big fella, Mr. Waite. Riley Waite, 6'6", and the size could be an issue as we move along here for Arlington. Kingma gets it to Todd. Tough basket.
How did he get that one in the basket?
His first tonight averages 17 plus for Jason Todd.
You don't want to get him warmed up either.
Caleb Bryson with the ball. Arlington first quarter, rough shooting, 5 for 17. And all four of the 5 in the first quarter, Noah Jones, as he hits that, he's got 8. He's 4 for 4 from the field as Jones. That one misses on for Wilgris.
Arlington's going to look to make a little run here. They don't want to get behind. They get behind, and that's going to take them out. Uh-oh, long 3. No. Problem is you get behind when you're playing the number 1 team in the state. You get out of your comfort zone. You put them in their comfort zone, and all of a sudden you're down by 20.
Head coach Steve Johnson, longtime head coach of the Jackson Timberwolves, great guy. He wants to cause pressure. He wants to cause havoc. He wants to get you very uncomfortable. Kingma, he's going to keep shooting too, baby. Never seen a basket he doesn't like.
Well, his theory is when he walks in the gym, he's open.
Exactly. Nice drive by Caleb, but no one there to answer the door. Todd on a fast break. Now over, number 34, can't get it. Deep 3 ball there by Soffer.
Jackson not afraid at all to take a 3 ball. And not afraid to take one from about 5 feet beyond the 3-point line either.
Now the Arlington fans, deep by Ani. And the struggles from the field continue. Todd! I thought he was going to make the flush.
The crowd thought so too. And what a stellar crowd we have.
If you are a loyal STSPN watcher, I'm sure you've seen the slow-mo Brian Zaire dunk earlier this season. Back out now to Brummel. Brummel goes in.
And he gets it blocked by number 40.
Riley Waite, again, 6'6".
And he's got some long arms. Long, stringy arms.
And now you hear some chant by the faithful student section for Jackson. Kingma. There he goes! Now he starts to feel as he pumps his fist to the crowd. And head coach Nick Brown for Arlington wants a TO, baby.
Well, what are you supposed to do if you're cold? You just keep shooting, right?
And that was a fadeaway jumper right on the corner. That's what we call a corner ball.
Three ball
corner pocket. If you want STSPN to cover the Jackson Timberwolves in the regional games, all Jackson Timberwolves fans, contact Todd Elvig at editor@snohomishtimes.com to sponsor the broadcast. Our fantastic WIAA, they charge a broadcast fee, and to keep on covering and giving you this great coverage all around the world, contact Todd Elvig, editor@snohomishtimes.com if you want to see STSPN cover more regional high school basketball action. Smoke, can't get it. Big rebound by Nate. Back out, Bryson thinks about it. Drives, tough shot in the paint, draws the foul, he'll go to the stripe.
Good move by Caleb, not afraid to go to the hole there. He's figuring he's either going to make it or get fouled is what he's hoping for.
24-12 the lead for Jackson, 4:57. Only time Arlington led in this ball game was 2-0. Caleb hits that. Caleb averaging 12 points a game this season, Tim.
Arlington led 4-3, actually.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
4-3?
And then never since.
That's why you're here. For
Why you
many
pay me
other
the big
reasons.
bucks.
He hits the other second there. 14 now for the Eagles. Kingma!
Got it.
Take it to the hole, baby!
And like you said, you don't want him to get too warmed up there.
He's starting to feel it. I can tell the temperature's rising.
And he was playing with the crowd a little bit on the last one.
There's a great drive to the
There
rack.
he goes again.
Kingma behind the
the
back,
back.
left, and they're going to call the foul on Donovan Selgren.
Wow.
Oh, a little hocus pocus for Kingma.
Behind the back, a little trickery there.
He knows it's 8 p.m. tip-off. He knows it's prime time, baby.
Some people perform better under the lights.
I haven't come up with a nickname for him all season. It could be prime time.
I think that's a good one.
He can't stop moving.
Boy, is the Arlington coach hot.
And Arlington coach,
Well, we had the girls coach earlier that was all fired up. I was afraid from up here.
Nick Brown, again, had a tremendous season, 13-1 conference, 20-2 overall. It's Kingma.
And it's the Kingma show right now.
11 points for Dan Kingma. Arlington's just got to stay patient, Tim. They got to just get into their zone, get some good looks at the basket. Noah.
Carried the ball.
Wow.
Wow, nothing going right for Arlington right now. And again, against the number one team in the state, you can't afford to do that. You can't get too far behind or you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you don't want to rush your plays because you can't do that against Jackson.
Turnovers again in the open court. That one benefiting. 3 turnovers.
Oh,
That one, Kingma can't get it. Big
Kingma
rebound.
was looking for another one there.
Nate Lewis, I wouldn't want to get in a wrestling match with him.
Number 32.
Yeah, he is. It's like probably. Oh, and Nate
Throws it away.
a little too much on the ball there. A little
Too
too
much juice
Too
there.
much sauce.
But too much mustard, huh?
A little too much fire behind that one. Riley Waite now, big 40, number 40, 6'6". Marcus Blake, who started this game off with 2 threes, can't get that one to go, and the Arlington fans letting him have it with the air ball.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. The crowd will let you know about it.
You know, the funny thing was is they were all screaming when he was doing that free throw, and I don't think that Kingma even heard him.
Yeah, Kingma is when he gets into zone, it's he tunes it all out. What a move. Can't get rewarded. Good rebound by Jones.
He's going to get the foul. I think that's going to go against Jason Todd.
Brady Brummel, 24. Boy, he had to fight his way through the paint. And that is, you're right.
His first.
It doesn't matter if we're doing football or basketball. The flags, the fouls, you see them before anybody, Tim.
Well, I got to do something right. Everybody's good at one thing.
Jones has been carrying the Eagles here tonight. 9th point for the senior.
You know, I've
Noah
been dying
Jones.
to have Boyle throw like the challenge flag out onto the basketball court.
Well, I would, but they moved us up so high up here, I wouldn't be able to get it there. My arm ain't what it used to be.
Jones hits the second. 10 points, leading all scorers for the guys in the dark blue jerseys, the Arlington Eagles. Again, playing now for a seeding at regional. High atop. Oh, he just missed Riley Waite.
They were looking for a little alley-oopage there.
Nathan Ani, the 6'3 junior, just in time.
That would have brought this house down.
It really would have.
If that would have connected.
This place would have unraveled. Jones on the high post. Smoke. Cannot get it.
You know, and I do have the slam dunk cam going.
Do ya? Kingma. Back the other way. Ani
Oh,
feeds
just
it
too much juice
to
on that.
Brummel.
It was actually a good pass and a good choice, but just needed to slow it down a little.
They're having a failure to communicate here in this first half. 2:39 left to go in the second quarter. District 1 championship 4A basketball. We're live right here at Glacier Peak High School, a packed house. Riley Waite spinning it around the arc. Inside now Wilgus. Blake thinks about it. Interesting on the zone.
Oh, and Jason Todd, 3-ball corner pocket for the senior.
7 points for Todd, and be careful if you want to play zone against Jackson.
Well, they move the ball around really well. Right around the perimeter.
Smoke tries to take Kingma baseline. Now they go deep into Jones. Back out. Ani, front rim. Spins out on the ground. And they're going to stay Arlington ball with 1:51 to go here in the second quarter.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
I still can't believe the crowd here, Scott.
It is
unbelievable.
Huge. It's huge, as they say on the East Coast, Tim. Huge. As Bryson just getting all the business. Up top, 21 on the shot clock. Now they're switching. Trying to get a clear look at the bucket. Driving off the fingertips of Ani. Back the other way, Todd.
Oh,
misses left hand.
Not quite.
Looks to the guys in stripes. He wanted a foul. Look at the big fella. Good drive again by Bryson.
Caleb's got that. He's got that drive going down the middle that's tough to stop.
Still 32-18, Jackson with a sizable lead. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Blake bounces no. Bryson with the rebound. Wants to take Blake. Tries to get the foul. Too hard off the backboard.
Kind of threw that one up there.
Holden Roberts, number 20 in.
40 seconds left in the half.
Jackson crowd getting into it here. 30 seconds. Kingma, 17 on the shot clock. Gonna run a play. Caleb Bryson gonna do everything he can to hold him. 8. Drives, fakes, left. Can't get it to roll. Brummel, 12 seconds. Thinks about it. Bryson now 5 seconds. 4, 2, 1. He's got to make a move. Jones not going to count if he hit it.
A little bit of a mental error there. Needs to get that shot off. No reason to wait till there's no time left on the clock.
Just a breakdown in communication.
Little bit.
32-18, the halftime score here at our District 1 Wesco Boys 4A championship.
I don't think this is where Arlington wanted to be at halftime.
It's not.
I think they probably would have been happy if they could kept it to maybe 6 or 8 points, but it's going to be tough coming back. 32-18, it's going to be tough. They got their work cut out for them. I don't see it happening.
Well, that's the early halftime prediction by Tim the Swami Boyle.
But that's not really going out on a limb, so I can't.
But to look right now, you're seeing the great crowd across our vantage point. 2 fantastic student sections, Arlington on the right, Jackson on the left. And we're going to take a quick break here for halftime. We'll be back with the second half. We'll see who is dawn champions of the 4A District 1 right after this. You're watching playoff basketball nowhere else but on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Back here at Glacier Peak High School, an absolutely packed house here in Snohomish, Washington. Halftime 4A Boys District 1 Championship game. Jackson 32, Arlington Eagles 18. Scott Oshman joined along with Tim Boyle high above the rafters. Tim, interesting first half. Boy, Jackson is sensational.
Jackson's pouring it on, and you know, interestingly enough, they've each gotten off 28 shots, I believe. So it's really a matter of Arlington not making their shots and Jackson making a little bit more. I mean, that's really what it boils down to right now.
Yeah, and to put some numbers by hand, our crack statistician, replay Rob Wygant, why not Wygant? Arlington 7 for 28 in the first half, but more importantly, well, that's poor shooting right there, but 0 for 7, the donut behind the arc by for three-pointers. That has killed the Eagles in the first half, along with 6 turnovers.
Yeah, and some of those three-pointers are a little bit forced, too. And Jackson's had some good looks at some threes and drained a few of them.
5 for 13
them, yeah.
Behind the three-point line. 11 for 28 for the field are the Jackson Timberwolves. And you're just the first step, the quickness with the maestro, Mr. Primetime, Dan Kingma, is staggering. And you can break the ankles of your defender quickly.
Yeah, and what's scary about that, Scott, is he's really not that hot right now. He's semi-cold, and he's still kind of lighting it up. If he got hot, it'd be just downright frightening.
Only 1 for 4 the first half for Mr. Kingma for the 3-ball, 3 for 6 from the field for him. The other scary part about Jackson, again, is their size, but the mobility. Jason Todd, 6'5", Brian Zaire, 6'4". He had early foul trouble as we start the second half. Tough to defend, athletic, 6'4", 6'5" front line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Oh, Arlington cannot catch a break. They start the second half with another turnover,
which they cannot afford in this game.
No, not in this game against this team. Noah Jones, who was the leading scorer for Arlington the first half with 10 points. Brian Zaire now backing down, turns,
got it.
Finish. What is it, smooth as the other side of the pillow? What's that saying?
I thought it was as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Okay, I got to come up with something new. And I think Brian Zaire is going to get tagged for his third foul.
He didn't want that.
Brian, one of our previous STSPN Player of the Game participants. Smoked from downtown.
It just won't fall. That was a good look he had. He was just barely off.
Arlington fans just dying to cheer about something. 34-18. Dan Kingma brings it up to Zaire. Zaire not getting a lot of minutes. Early foul trouble, playing with 3. Kingma now on Selgren. Back over to Kingma. Picked by Wilgris. Double team. Noah doesn't switch. Spins. Splits the defenders, go up. Kingma draws the foul.
Going to the line. Great ball handler is Kingma.
Kingma making a living at the line the first half.
That's kind of the slow torture when they're just sitting at the line burying free throws. It's like waterboarding.
3 fouls on.
Who got that foul?
Donovan Selgren. Again, he's a sophomore. I want to check. Donovan Selgren, maybe somebody out there can hit us up on our Facebook page or on Twitter or something, but he played for another school, I believe, last year as Kingma hits both of those. 13 now for Dan Kingma. Selgren stays in the ball game. Down to Jones. Now turns. Back out to Brummel. Brummel
buries it.
Yes. Is that a 2?
Yes.
Back the other way. Kingma bounces out. Selgren, the sophomore amongst all the elder Statements behind the back to no one.
That's about exactly what it was.
And the
I think it
sophomore.
got tipped, though, by, looks like a Jackson player tipped that. They're going to catch a break there.
Not much off the shot clock, 28 seconds left. See if they can get it. They've just struggled to get good looks. When they haven't been able to hit them. Noah drives in, uses the body, bounces out.
That's his first miss of the night. He was 4 for 4 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line before that. According to our expert statistician.
Absolutely. Why not Wygant?
Ooh, almost got his pocket picked.
Rare turnover. Caleb Bryson, 6 points in the first half, trying to get it going here. Arlington Eagles went down earlier this season, 70-51 to these Timberwolves. Bryson to Jones. Delgren up.
Oh!
Wow, Donovan Sogren reaches to the sky for a big rebound on the
Steals
putback.
the rebound.
Wilgris, number 22. You got Kingma, Marcus Blake, in low to Todd. He checks it, Nate Lewis. Turnaround, fadeaway jumper.
Got it.
Patented. If you're a Timberwolves fan, you've seen Jason Todd. Automatic.
It's going to be sad for those fans to see him go.
Heading to University of Portland next year, going to be a tremendous. At 6'5", he's a guard. Getting into Jones. Nice little move, the rocker to the baseline, and Noah Jones carrying the Eagles on his back with 12.
And Jason Todd, few people may know this, but a starter as a freshman.
And a tremendous baseball player.
Yes.
That shot now. Selgren, can he get it? Yes! Selgren with 3 fouls, getting a little bit of the mo going for the Eagles.
Got it to within 12.
Nick Brown likes what he's seeing. 38-26, 4:30 in the third quarter. Todd. Kingman now looks. Todd, nobody on him. Moves to the right. Great tip. Defense by Big Nate Lewis. Here comes the Eagles.
Three-pointer.
Bryson.
Nothing.
Cannot get it. Marcus Blake. Kingma.
Got it. Ouch.
16 for Dan Kingma, the senior.
16, and he's not even hot yet right now.
We got 3:50 left in the third. Pass to Noah. Now he fronts Todd. Takes a step. Gets out to Brummel. Can't get it. Boy, the shooting, the frustration on the Arlington Eagle kids. They cannot buy a bucket.
And I don't think they've hit a 3 yet, have they? 0, according to our
They were
replay
0
Rob.
for 7 in the first half. We'll see. We'll check in with Why Not Wygant here. Replay Rob is
Caleb
Bryson tries.
misses. He's having a tough night from the field.
really is. Kingma wants it.
Oh, just
Not
barely.
on that one. Donovan Selgren, the sophomore, take it to the senior.
Oh,
and one.
And a foul.
And Brian Zayer's
Zayer's
fourth.
he's going to have to come out.
He'll be fresh for the
No.
regionals.
Well, they'll put him back in a couple minutes left in the fourth. Boy, and Zaire hasn't had much playing time tonight, and he's got 4 fouls.
No problem.
He's
We
been
got
on the bench most of the night.
Yeah, but no problem for Steve Johnson, head coach of Jackson. He's got Holden Roberts, another 6'5" senior, to come in. Sparing minutes throughout the season, but it's got a lot of experience as Nate Lewis comes out.
He's got seniors aplenty down there on the bench.
I think it's deep, and it is playable.
Yeah. What do we say, 10 seniors on his roster?
Yeah. So the sophomore Selgren lighting it up here in the second half. 3 the hard way, 7 points now for Selgren. Hanging in there with 3 fouls here. Nick Brown keeping him in. He's the spark right now. Todd Doesn't like it. Wants Kingma. Can't get it. Tips it, though. That's the size right there, Tim
Ooh.
Boyle. Did you see that?
Yes, absolutely. Great rebound. Who's that foul going to be on?
Ooh, I don't know if that's Rob. That's going to be on Ani. And there was a little pushing and shoving there after the play. Oh!
That's his fourth.
You know, I'm looking down there at Jackson's bench. You know, you realize that 4 guys don't even have their warm-ups off, and 1 guy hasn't even taken his jacket off from outside.
Yeah, they don't know. They're just here to watch. They got some good seats. Todd.
Well, what we need to bring up is Selgren. He's like their best. He's been playing really good right now, and he's got 4 fouls, so that's really painful if you're Arlington. Still in the game at the moment.
Yeah, as if they need any more pain. Todd can't get it. Rebound, and they'll get Holden Roberts there.
Jackson getting foul trouble here.
Seems they're playing a little bit. I mean, the refs are calling it a little bit tighter than they did the girls.
I would agree. Todd Elvig, our executive producer, 5-tool, Swiss Army, everything to everyone player there, chiming in.
Todd's complaining about the refs again.
No, it's an observation.
I've been around Ron too much.
That's exactly right. Deep for Donovan. Noah on the rebound, and they're going to call a foul, and they're going to call Noah Jones.
I didn't see him do anything. He went clean up for a rebound.
And Noah trying to hold his composure.
You know,
Same with.
I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't see him do anything.
Same with head coach Nick Brown. Only his first. And now we're getting a lot of free advice from the crowd, Tim.
Well, you get what you pay for, right?
Consulting, we like to call it. Jackson Timberwolves 42, Arlington Eagles 29, 2:32 left here in the third quarter. A lot of time, high school basketball. Stay with us right here on STSPN.com. We'll have a player of the game afterwards, interviews. You can always check everything out on our STSPN website or our YouTube channel, Snohomish Times. 7 on the shot clock for Todd.
Not going to happen. Caleb Bryson with the rebound.
Here he comes. Out to Smoke.
Oh!
And they're going to call a charge.
He's got a charge. Kingma draws the charge. The crowd, half the crowd doesn't like it.
Well, I happened to be looking down, and I think Kingma was pretty set.
Oh, I think it was the right call. It's a close call. You don't always get it when you're standing right there.
You know, I'm not sure if the crowd should yell at Kingma because here's the deal. He seems to work better.
Yes.
When there's controversy.
Who'd they call that foul on?
On Gavin Smoke, his first tonight, senior. 4 team fouls for Arlington, 3. As Ani gets a good turnover, nice steal. Noah drives.
Oh, I think he's going to get a foul.
No, that's going to be Roberts. He was moving.
Foul. Roberts has got 2 quick fouls. Only been in for about a minute.
Yeah, he's getting his.
He's pulling the Steve Scheffler.
Yeah, he's getting his money's worth. Fouls per minute.
I'm dating myself pulling out the Steve Scheffler.
It's all right. Noah.
That's when we actually had a basketball team in Seattle.
That is true. Kingma 2 for 9 for 3-pointers so far tonight.
He's kind of cold tonight, and he's still lighting it up a little bit.
And he won't stop. He won't stop shooting it. Jones front rim, and they're going to call that Jackson basketball.
Minute 47 left in the third. Games are flying by.
They really are. And if you're new and watching on YouTube, that little gear icon on the bottom right-hand corner, that'll get you all the way up to what we do and no one else can do. 720 HD streaming broadcast only on STSPN, the Snohomish Times Sports Network. 14 left on the shot clock for Kingma. High post for Todd. Todd takes on 2.
Oh,
Can't
not
get it.
quite.
Good rebound by Brummel. Brummel, nice little floater from the paint.
Oh, they're within 10 now.
6
They're
for
making
Brummel.
it interesting.
And Brummel's got to get hot. He averages almost 13. He's a key to their scoring. 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. High screen. Kingman goes around. Stops, drops, pops.
Wow. And again, he's not even that hot right now, and he's still lighting it up.
You know, we've been covering him all year, and I got to tell you, when he pats his head and he calls that play, it works almost every single time.
18 now for Dan Kingma. 44-32. Timeout on the floor. This high-definition streaming broadcast, an exclusive of this District 1 Boys 4A Championship, brought to you by WescoAthletics.com. Wesco Athletics. Any type of roster schedule, check it out. And get the game day app, Wesco Athletics. Also,
We like that Ted House down there.
Ted House is absolutely tremendous. We throw him stuff at the Hail Mary at the last second, and he catches it every single time. You want to make sure you know when STSPN is broadcasting. Check out WescoAthletics.com and also get the game day app. Also want to thank Kathy Salvadolino, Windermere Real Estate. Kathy Salvo, a family member sponsor, been here since day one on STSPN.com. Check her out at KathySalvo.com. Also, Lou Bunt and the gang, a Wesco Septic. WescoSeptic.com, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The gold standard, Tim Boyle in septic services, a Wesco Septic.
They were the sponsor of our throw-up call, weren't they?
They were. They had exclusive rights to the throw-up call against actually these very same Jackson Timberwolves.
It did go viral, didn't it? Did the horse collar go viral too?
Yes, it did.
I can't.
Every broadcast.
Oh, and they throw it away.
That one, he catches up over and back. Nobody touches. This just in from the other game, 3A championship. Stanwood up on Shorecrest, 51-47.
That's the only bracket where it didn't really work out the way it should have. You know, it should have been Stanwood, neither Terrace or Glacier Peak, but Glacier Peak kind of had some disciplinary issues and couldn't overcome them.
Yes, it was an unfortunate ending to the kind of the Cinderella story in Wesco 3A South.
It was a little bit of, they had the #1 seed, and then they
preseason to go last,
and they got booted out of the tournament in 2 games.
That Stanwood Shorecrest was tied up 41 in the third. Now it kind of Stanwood is imposing their will a little bit, again 51-47, but a tight one.
Another team that can make a good run at the state tournament is Stanwood.
No doubt about it. 13 on the game clock. Kingma toying now with Bryson. But he toyed a little too long.
He's going to get to go to the line, I think.
As he looks down, he looks like he might have broke a nail.
Can't have that.
Second foul for Caleb Bryson.
He didn't get to go to the line, though.
5 team fouls apiece. As Roberts hits it.
And
Holden Roberts.
Wow, low percentage shot, and he hits it.
At the buzzer. And the big fourth quarter leads Terrace to a state appearance. The Hawks outscore the Tomahawks from Marysville Pilchuck 21-7 in a decisive quarter to win. So our congratulations to the Mount Lake Terrace Hawks.
They get to go because they took third.
They go to regionals now.
Yeah.
The challenge for them is they get to what Glacier Peak has traditionally done over the last couple of years. They get to face that #1 seed from Kingco.
Yes.
Congratulations, boys.
That's your consolation prize.
Let me see. Let me pick your poison. What kind of dilemma would you like? Rainier Beach?
Yes.
One of the top teams in the country, not only the state.
Hey, Glacier Peak gets that in football every year. They get like Bellevue or Mount Si every year.
Yeah, not a good draw for the third place Wesco 3A team.
And they need to change that playoff system a little bit. They really do.
There's been a lot of talk, and then again the reclassification. You talked about, we should have talked about that earlier, the Linwood game. Again, the girls, Linwood winning 46-34 over Arlington girls. But you're telling us, I know last time we talked, Tim, that Linwood is going to come back to the Wesco 3A South.
I did hear that. I did hear that. So
Holden Roberts now, they turn it over rare. Now we've got some other players in for Jackson, so check your rosters at home, ladies and gentlemen.
And according to Rob, Arlington's 0 for 11 at the three-point line.
Wow, that's a good shot, though, by Brady Brummel. 8 points for him now.
Now they're back within 12. But 0 for 11 from the three-point line, that's costly.
Deep in the corner is Sam Schoffer. Schoffer getting some good time.
Gets a rebound, too.
Sam, a sophomore. Let me tell you, if you're a sophomore and you're playing varsity at Jackson High School this year, you're a heck of a player.
You've got a bright future.
Yeah. Heck of a player. 16 on the shot clock. 49-34. Jackson up. Todd, right wing. Stops, fades.
Boom. And I think he got the foul, too.
I'd like a triple, please.
Didn't see the foul on that, did you?
Kind of as he was fading away on the arm.
Was it? Oh, it was on the arm. It looked a little ticky-tack to me, but.
Ani, his second foul.
And just like that, Jackson's starting to run away with it. 51-34.
Stay with us here on STSBN. We're going to take a quick timeout as they are on the floor. You're watching playoff basketball on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We're back here live, Glacier Peak High School, a packed house, both sides of the gym. Jason Todd gets the three-point play. 11 now for Jason Todd. 6:41 left to go. I think the scoreboard says 3.
It is actually the fourth period.
So 6:30 left in this championship game again, unless Arlington finds something in the well. And there's Noah Jones.
Noah Jones has been the lone bright spot tonight for Arlington.
Really has.
Hit almost all of his shots.
6'3" senior. He found a smaller Marcus Blake on him and took advantage of his smart play. Terrace again winning 70-53 in the 3A District third place game.
So Terrace, we think, is going to come up against Rainier Beach in the first round.
That is what usually happens. Misses that. That one bounces out. This just in again, 52-36 here, but Shorecrest. Talk about the surprise team of Wesco. Shorecrest now leading Stanwood 61-58 with 19 seconds left.
Are you kidding me?
That would be a tremendous upset.
Didn't see that one coming.
Shorecrest, we covered them against Marysville Pilchuck, came back in that game, or actually led the whole way, The Tomahawks kind of threatened late. They hung on. Kingma, crossover.
Left-handed.
Left-handed
trickery.
There were people in his way, and then there weren't.
Oh, Noah got away with a little elbow there.
20 points for Kingma. BT Dub, by the way.
They're beating each other up down there. Oh, they're going to get a call there.
Donovan Selgren fires to the rim.
So you're telling me Stanwood's going to lose that game? What'd you say, 19 seconds left?
This in from our good friend David Kruger from the Everett Herald Sports Department. 19 seconds left. Shorecrest up on Stanwood, 61-58.
Boy, Stanwood could go down and drain a three, I guess. And
Stanwood is absolutely amazing. I mean, I really am impressed with that club. So
Stanwood is a machine. And again, Drew Stang, the 6'8" senior there, smooth player. Donovan misses the first. 7 points for the sophomore, now make it 8. Playing with 3 fouls here pretty much the entire second half. Again, stay with us. We'll have our player of the game. 5:28 left in this basketball game here. Marcus Blake playing catch now out.
Yep.
Stauffer.
Jackson does a great job of moving the ball around the perimeter. Oh, and look at
Kingma from another zip code.
And he gets his own rebound. Oh, and he gets hacked. He's going to the line.
Double clutch. Draws the foul again by Ani. And he'll go back to one of his favorite places.
He's making a living at the free throw line tonight. Have to see how many he's got from the line.
He has got 20 points on my score sheet, unofficial. Statistician replay Rob.
20. 7 of 8 from the free throw line.
7 of 8 from the stripe. That's John McLean type numbers.
2 for 10 from the three-point line, though. Oh.
This is the second.
Missed the second.
Caleb Bryson, the senior. Again, Arlington, if they happen to not survive this one, they still have a bright future. They'll be the second seed in the regional. That was from
But Noah Jones
way out.
Right there with the rebound.
17 points for the senior Noah Jones, playing a tremendous ball game.
I think he's only missed like 1 or 2 shots tonight.
High percentage.
Yeah.
A sniper. Stauffer from way down deep baseline. Selgren. Bryson cannot get it. Caleb Bryson has just having a night where he cannot find the rim.
Oh, finally they get a 3. That was their first one of the night. What are they, 1 for like 14 now? 1 for 14 from the line.
Brady Bremmel
behind the line.
One of their leading scorers, 12.8 a game, 11 points now for Brady. And like you said, they have just been treacherous from outside the arc, and their shooting percentage just been awful.
And people are getting up and calling it a day. I see got some people leaving.
They might be heading out here, but don't you go anywhere. STSBN's exclusive coverage of District 1 Westco Championship basketball. We will go after, pick a player of the game, get an interview for you from the player and hopefully maybe the head coach. And also a programming note, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., we will have from Linwood High School, thanks to that school district and a nice streaming pipe for you. We'll have not only Glacier Peak girls against Montlake Terrace, that championship game. Also Marysville, Pilchuck, and Ferndale for the play-in to regionals.
Timeout on the floor.
And
not sure.
Official timeout. Now Rob, if Rob can hear us, Rob for the boys JV Glacier Peak games was running the shot clock. And it's a tall task, isn't it?
A lot of pressure on that guy. It's a thankless job.
It is.
I did it for my daughter's team. And
Did you?
It was too much pressure.
Yeah, I mean, 35 seconds seems like a long time, but
I like that. Too much pressure.
a lot of pressure. Boyle, come on, that's when you thrive is under pressure. 55-42 here, Jackson up. 3:52 left in this one.
So did you say that we're streaming at, what was that? High definition?
High definition, you know, the cool kids call it HD.
720p.
And we will be simulcasting with 1380 AM.
Tomorrow night.
Fox Sports Radio.
You have that confirmed as poor Zaire misses that one. Brian Zaire, if you just joined us, has been in foul trouble early and often, hasn't seen the floor, probably hasn't broken a sweat yet. The whistles are coming often now. Wilgris with his second, 8th team foul, and that'll send Brummel to the line. So, Todd, that is confirmed tomorrow night, simulcast on STSPN with KRKO Fox Sports Radio.
So it will be on radio and on streaming.
It is confirmed. The thing that is not confirmed is which radio station is actually doing it, because I realize
it might be 1520 KXA.
1520.
And another foul for Nathan Awney. Mr. Jones had a heck of a game trying to get, and it's official. Shorecrest defeats Stanwood 63-59.
Wow.
In the biggest upset of the year for sure to take the 3A District 1 championship game.
Congratulations to them. Didn't see that one coming at all.
And it wouldn't be easy, but
that is incredible. The Shorecrest Scots.
What a run they had.
Boy, nobody saw that coming. Jones from the elbow.
They knocked Glacier Peak out too, right? Yeah.
I know Marysville, Pilchuck, and Everett.
Oh, Everett. Okay.
Knocked Glacier Peak out.
That's right.
But congratulations to the Scots. And they have some fun players, do the Shorecrest Scots. I'll be interested to read David Kruger from the Everett Herald's recap of that ball game. Kingma,
Gets a
right-hander.
Got that blocked a little bit.
3 minutes and 9 seconds left to go here from Glacier Peak High School.
Marysville or Arlington's going to get a little desperate here.
Brummel can't get it. Blake with the rebound now will take it out and milk the clock. Wilgris, Roberts, Todd, Kingma, and Blake out there for the Jackson Timberwolves. If you're a Jackson Timberwolves fan, Tim Boyle, and you want STSPN to cover the Jackson Timberwolves to the regionals and maybe all the way down to Tacoma if they can, as Todd goes down hard and starts limping. That's not good. Wilgris.
Yeah, well, get in touch with us because that's going to be the best value in all of sports there.
There's no doubt about that. Contact Todd Elvig at editor@snohomishtimes.com. Sponsor that broadcast and many more. Again, Jackson fans, anybody who wants to see live streaming boys Timberwolves ball here and see and follow them all the way.
And Jackson has some diehard fans. I got to give it to him.
The city, the state, the country, the world, as Connor Wilgris hits that one.
Now people are starting to leave by the droves here.
The kids are they're diehards.
Now the kids are gonna charge the court.
oh yeah,
It's gonna be like North Carolina Duke last night.
I want to see if Scott could do the wedge.
Oh, I don't know if I can do the wedge, but nobody does the wedge like Ron Henthorn.
Where is Ron?
Ron's at a Husky game tonight with his grandchildren. There's timeout on the floor.
Is he calling that game?
I don't think so.
Ron's down there with his STSPN shirt.
He could
Probably
be.
used his credentials to get in.
Could be. He probably did.
Yeah.
And he's probably at the press table getting food.
No, I don't think so. I think he's talking to Lorenzo Romar right now.
No, I think it's a girls' game.
Oh.
I think. 57-43. Jackson Timberwolves cruising here, 2:26 left to go in this ball game. Again, Jackson fans, you want STSBN to cover your team, get a hold of editor at snohomishtimes.com to sponsor the broadcast. The regional, all the way from here, there is a mighty fine fee that those organizations charge for media broadcast.
Yeah, we've been paying it for every one of these games. So, the profit model is a little bit harder once you get deep into the playoffs. So we need help.
Editor at snohomishtimes.com. Tim, it's been great having you here. Again, we'll do a little wrap-up. We'll get the player of the game. Right now, I mean, it's kind of easy, 2:26 left. You want to call it now?
I think I'd give it to Kingma. Personally.
21 points.
I think so. I don't, although for Arlington, Noah Jones made a good case.
Phenomenal. Kingma with the save, gets it to his buddy Jason Todd. Again, Jackson getting a lot of publicity nationally when they went to the big Max Preps tournament down in Palm Springs. They won that championship.
Wasn't it the first time a non-California team has won?
Of course it was. Tim Boyle, ladies and gentlemen, there's no trivia this man does not record and remember. Roberts from 3. Can't get it, and they're going to either get Todd or they're going to get Ani. And they're going to get Ani, Nathan Ani, his 4th.
Speaking of trivia, I think tonight was the biggest crowd. I mean, now that they're starting to filter out, but earlier you couldn't put a French fry in there. I mean, it was packed.
You couldn't put a Slim Jim. And if you missed our first of the doubleheader, the Linwood Lady Royals, their win in back-to-back District 1 championship against Arlington, the bands were spectacular.
Oh, their band was off the hook. That's one of the best high school bands I've heard.
Todd hit the first. That's the second. They were exceptional. You're a musician, aren't you, Tim?
Yeah. I couldn't hold a note in a steel box.
Oh! Look at Bryson. Cut through the defender. But he cannot buy
20.
a bucket, that young man. I feel bad for him. He's been tremendous all season, just having an off night.
Well, anybody that follows the Grizzlies know that these baskets here are a little bit smaller than
are they?
in the
Tight rims here at the Cave. Glacier Peak. Nick Brown wants 5 seconds. Kingma.
Oh. And he just put on a clinic there. He just dribbled it all over the place and then sinks it with little time on the clock.
Oh, there's a dance he likes to. The jig, the Dan Kingma jig.
Caleb's having a tough night tonight from the floor. That happens once in a while.
35 seconds left. Stay right with us. We're going to get our player of the game tonight is Dan Kingma. And we will head down to the court and chat with young Mr. Kingma. Heading next year, walk on at the University of Washington. 17 seconds, 9 on the shot clock. Kingma, just a Harlem Globetrotter basketball clinic.
Going to get him for 2 more shots at the line. I don't know if Caleb was actually trying to foul him there. Oh, and look at this. Arlington's clearing their bench with 14 seconds left. Good news for Arlington is they're not done.
No, absolutely. Nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
They had a rough night here again against a very, very good, probably picked as one of the favorites to win the state title this year against Jackson. So Nick Brown has nothing to hang his head about. This one got away from him early. And they will be the 2nd seed heading into the regional games. And check WescoAthletics.com for those brackets, times, and schedules. And Kingma now, he dropped that. So 24 points for Dan Kingma.
Now look at number 30 there.
Yes.
I don't care who you are, you got to love that fro.
He's Dylan Mitchell, 6'4", senior.
MVP, they call him.
That's right, they call him MVP. We learned that earlier. Kingma hits the second, 25 now for the senior. Finally takes a seat, and MVP dissed him on the high five.
I don't think it was on purpose.
You can't leave me hanging.
No.
I'm prime time, baby.
Not with that fro. You can't leave that. You can't leave him hanging.
And primetime Kingma. Come on now. Donovan out front. Isaiah Patrick, 42, and that is the final. 63-43, the final. And here we go. Bob Blair, our PA announcer. I remember him saying that 3 years ago for about 20 minutes.
Saying what?
Stay off the playing surface. 63-43, stay with us. We'll have post-game interviews coming up right here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
No shirt.
Todd, can you hear me in this band? The familiar place, Dan Kingma, our STSBN player of the game. Dan, it was an 8 o'clock start. You starting to feel it? I said prime time, baby! He's prime time!
No, that was fun. That was a great environment. Arlington's a good team, so it was super fun to come out here and play a game like that.
What was the discussion at halftime? Again, you weren't hitting from the field too well. But what was the talk from head coach Steve Johnson at half?
Just come out and be aggressive. We played our game. You got an open shot, take it. So we just kind of played our game, and shots fell in the second half. And
I'm going to let you go cut down the nets. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Player of the game, Dan Kingma. We'll be back maybe with head coach Steve Johnson after this, STSBN.com.
And you heard it here. They said if you got the shot, take it. And he was not shy about that.
No, I have to say that I think that I kind of recognize that right out of the gate because he was just shooting everything.
Scott's going to get the coach here.
I got to say the
All right, we got Coach Steve Johnson. Steve, big night again tonight. Arlington, a great team. Dan Kingma, I joked with him prime time. He started to feel it. What's your thoughts now as you go back into this tournament, hopefully deep?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's one and out deal, from here on out with the regional round. I'm sure we'll play a tough team. We've done some scouting and we'll kind of prepare for that. It's obviously to win 4 straight district championships. I mean, I'm not so sure too many teams around here have ever done that. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to. I think you'd be hard pressed to check the record book, find a team that's won 4 in a row. So, so much credit to so many people that have helped build the program up. Obviously, a great senior class, great leadership and players, and Jason and Dan, and to win 4 in a row, it's really humbled to get a chance to do that.
Real quick, Brian Zare had tough foul trouble early, didn't get a lot of playing time. Holden Roberts came in and did a great job.
Yeah, we had great depth. Both Riley and Holden at the center position came in and did a great job. Showed our depth a little bit tonight.
All right, well, go enjoy this moment. Congratulations, Coach. As you see behind me, Jackson now having some fun here at Glacier Peak High School. They win 63-43, 4th district championship in a row. For Tim Boyle, for Todd Elvig, for Rob Wygant, Scott Oshman saying good night. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., only on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.